Palworld over this past week has set records in the gaming world, all while being a smaller budget game. Could this signal a bigger problem that plagues the gaming world as we know it? Find out. Up next. What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Weekend XP Share. The Palworld saga is one that evolves day to day. We covered the AI stuff. We covered if it's a Pokemon clone or not. And we covered its meteoric rise to fame. But I think the thing that has gone under the radar, at least to some people here, is how this game actually came to be. Today's question is one that pertains to this idea of how much production value and quality do we want in our games, and what it takes to make a hit. A game like Insomniac's Spider-Man 2 is one of those big AAA gaming experiences that require millions upon millions of dollars to make. And in order to break even, or maybe get a little return on investment, the game needs to sell around 7 million copies at a $70 to $80 price point. That was the formula. That is what the gaming industry took and ran with, all as the formula to what makes a smash hit game. But in waddles Palworld, with a substantially smaller budget and a team of around 20 people or 40 to 50 people at its peak. And Palworld drastically outsold Spider-Man 2. Now, admittedly, stuff like this in the gaming world is very much a rarity. And quite honestly, I don't think we're gonna see something like this happen again for quite some time. But I mentioned this question earlier, could this story impact the gaming industry at large? Quite honestly, I don't really know, but let me explain. Every now and then we get these viral hits within the gaming world. You remember The Day Before, and how it became the most wish-listed game on Steam. Yeah, we all know how that one turned out. Now, Palworld is in a different sector here, mainly because people are enjoying it way more. But in reality, I think Palworld is just experiencing a jolt in popularity. And that goes without saying. At the same time, I do think there are some takeaways big corporations can take from Palworld. And again, I think the idea of gameplay first is a big idea here. Highly detailed cinematics with all the hair strands and pores you can see are great and all. But Palworld is in a short line of games like Lethal Company and Among Us that really show engaging gameplay can make your game a hit too. It's also worth noting the CEO of Pocket Pair has been pretty candid when he talked about the game and its crazy popularity. I believe at some point he talked about not having a creative vision for the game, and he just kinda wanted to make something that was fun. There's also just something about how honest he's been with all this. Basically just saying, hey, this is what the people want and we're gonna make it. But at the same time, this is why I think Palworld is such an anomaly. How many times in the past have we seen companies chase what's popular, all in order to give people what they want, only to fail and be rejected? That's why I think what's gonna be interesting about Palworld going forward is the longevity of the game. Will it continue to sell? Will people refund the game after the hype dies down? And will they continue to give the game updates like they recently revealed earlier this week? I also think if Palworld continues to chug on and prove to be a long-term moneymaker, that is when we will see the influence it has on the gaming industry. And I also don't think every single game we get nowadays needs to be this deep dive into a sad story or a hero's tale of destiny. Games like Palworld exist for just that, to be a fun game where you can kind of just turn your brain off. And again, there is a space for gameplay first games to succeed. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. What do you guys specifically want out of your games in 2024? Do you want these emotional deep dives or just plain and simple fun? For me, and the reason why I made this here video, is I think we need balance. Palworld, at the end of the day, is a game that could show the gaming industry you don't need a big budget and you don't need this emotional story. At the end of the day, people just want to play good games. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video. And this has been the Weekend XP Share.